with our officials for this one. Joe Lindsay, Doug Chowles, and Brian O'Connell, and BP ready to get started. Bama wearing the throwbacks from that 04 team that made the Elite Eight for the first time in program history. It's red versus blue. You rarely see two teams wearing the darker uniforms, but Bama wearing red, Creighton wearing blue, and we're about to get after it here at Coleman.
Yeah, excited to welcome in the Creighton Blue Jays for the first time ever. Just 3 matchups, won a neutral site game last year in Omaha, and a chance to host the Blue Jays, a really good Creighton team, one of the top teams out of the Big East with Ryan Kalkbrenner and Stephen Ashworth. That'll be the focal point of the Alabama defense in this one.
Kalkbrenner to jump for the Blue Jays. It will be the big Crimson dog, Clifford Amore, jumping for the Crimson Tide, with Joe Lindsay, our lead official, standing at center court, ready to throw this one in the air and get us underway here at the home of the Crimson Tide. A sellout at Coleman Coliseum. Every seat soon to be filled as people continue to file in on a Saturday night. The ball goes in the air, and the tap is controlled by the visitors from Omaha, Nebraska. They'll bring it front court with Neal to Kalkbrenner, top of the key. Kalkbrenner looks to his left, dribbles, and hands it off. They'll get it again to Neal, drives to the elbow right side. Ashworth now down low to Kalkbrenner, the great seal. The flip over to him, over the defender, and he slams it in for the first 2 of the game. Now top of the circle, Neal. Miller left wing, drives to the basket, gets cut off. Gives it off to Kalkbrenner in the paint, spins right, spins left, spins right, jump hook in the paint, rolls off, no good. Rebounded Nelson. Bama wants to run, trailing 2-0, a minute 15 into this one. Down the lane, Sears, pump fake, one, jump, scores, and we are tied at 2 apiece.
I love the patience of Mark Sears. Got in the lane.
Then we'll bring it ahead. Gives it over to Philo, top of the arc, goes left off the screen. Little teardrop in the lane, got it to go. He went right hand after Sears went left. 2 teardrops finding the bottom of the net for the Crimson Tide, and left, and the rebound is controlled by the Blue Jays. They'll bring it ahead with Neal. Neal leaves it for the trailer, top of the circle in Ashworth. Ashworth back to Neal, back to Ashworth, behind the back with a dribble. The step back, fakes a 3 to Neal on the right wing. Shot clock at 14 as they go inside, and a holding foul is going to be called on Bama's Aiden Sherrill, trying to prevent Kalkbrenner from sealing him off there.
Yeah, fans don't like it, but I think that was the right call, as Sherrill realized that Kalkbrenner had him on his hip. Just a little bit of a hold, forcing the foul call.
Inbounds pass upcoming from Ashworth, looking to his right, gives it off to Neal. Neal picks it up, throws into the low post to Ashworth. Working against Sherrill, double team help comes from Philon. They'll work it around, top of the circle, 3-ball, Ashworth is good. Bama double team, found the open man, did the Jays, and Ashworth knocks it down.
Now that's what makes Creighton so tough. Ashworth, one of the best shooters in the Big East, was wide open and knocks it down.
Right side, 3-ball up, no good for Aiden Sherrill. Rebound inside, claimed by Nelson.
But all in the defensive end, and he's rebounding at a high level.
Isaac Trout into the game for Creighton, replacing McAndrew as Bama gets it to Sears, around to Sherrill. He's open for 3. Aiden Sherrill knocks home the first 3 of the game for the Tide, and Alabama with a 7-5 lead over the Blue Jays with 16-10 and ticking.
Aiden Sherrill not shooting a great percentage from 3, but he's made a couple, and that percentage will go up as the year goes on. He can really get hot from deep.
Near side with it is Neal, looking down low to Kalkbrenner, posting up on Sherrill, faces the basket, now spins, lost the handle, taken away by Stevenson, flips it ahead, Philon, steps through, lays it up and in. What a move by LeBaron Philon, and Bama leads it by a score of 9-5.
Nice job defensively. Alabama wants to get out and run with pace. Creighton doesn't often turn it over. When they do, you have to take advantage of it.
And then a turnover by Ashworth, cut off by Nelson. Ashworth stepped on the baseline and put Holloway into the ball game for Alabama. Also for the Tide, Darion Reed and Chris Youngblood. His first action is inside, getting the layup to go. Darion Reed, his first bucket for the Crimson Tide, and it's 11-5. Bama, 7th-ranked team in America, off to a good start against a just outside of the top 25 Creighton squad that's beaten #1 in America just a couple of weeks ago. On the drive, losing the handle, Neal, Bama picks it up. Holloway stops at the elbow, kicks it into the far corner. Thinking about a three was Youngblood, gives it off to Sears, crosses over, drives underneath, reverse layup. Oh, what a move, Mark Sears, and he gives Bama the 13-5 lead.
Giving him some different looks this time with Grant Nelson.
That one, Plinko's away, fight for a loose ball, and Reed able to challenge and win the battle against Neal. The tie.
This team defensively don't want him to get in foul trouble against Kalkbrenner.
His first as Youngblood now works to Reed. Reed at the elbow, extended, looking, fires a pass in the corner. Youngblood catching shoot three. There is the bank first three-pointer for Chris Youngblood, and the Tide leads it 16-7.
The first of many in an Alabama uniform. Didn't have much space, didn't need it. Knocks down the corner three.
Looks like Ernest Shelton in that uniform, doesn't he? Just a little bit. Ernest wore 5, Youngblood wearing 8. Blue Jays working into the paint, stopping Ashworth. Lean-in shot, rolls around, got it to drop, and Darian Reed is going to be called for his second foul.
Boy, what a play by Stephen Ashworth. Again, not a ton of contact, but enough to warrant the foul call. And Ashworth just trying to get it up to go to the line for 2, but ends up getting the friendly roll. A chance for a three-point play.
Correct myself, that is on Reed, but it's only his first foul, thankfully. Here's Mo Diabate coming in as Amori will check out for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, Alabama has the ability to go small with Ryan Kalkbrenner on the bench, and Stephen Ashworth, not a guy you want to see at the line, over a 90% free throw shooter.
He gets the and one to go as Bama comes the other way. Holloway circles under the basket, gets a flip to Diabate, back to Holloway, who spins, then works it outside to Millette. Now to Youngblood, driving, playing through contact, gives it off. Diabate drives in, reverse layup is good, and an and one opportunity for Mo Diabate. Rebound is claimed by the new man of the contest for the Blue Jays. That is King. Now the Tide on the defensive end as the pass goes down low on a lob, flipped out, stolen by Youngblood.
Kalkbrenner stayed vertical, which is why there wasn't a call.
Ty Davis, Birmingham native, gets it to Ashworth, who throws it down low to Kalkbrenner. He'll stop in the lane, throws up a jump hook that's no good. Rebound claimed by Philon, and the Tide runs the other way. LeBaron looking to the right wing, and Nelson takes a dribble, picks it up. Got bumped, no whistle. Feeds it to Philon, top of the key. Philon dribbles to the right wing, changes direction twice, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Sears. Mark on the drive, steps through, hands it off, and Amori throws it home.
Good things happen when Mark Sears gets in the lane. Did a good job of splitting a couple of Creighton defenders, flips it over to Cliff Amori, who this time throws it down.
Davis running the point, working against Stevenson, plays off of a screen, goes right of the circle. Pass deflected and stolen. Philon. LaPhilon, direct, lays it in. Did I just call him LaPhilon for the first time? You knew what I meant. He gets the bucket and Bama leads it by a dozen.
A couple of former high school rivals in the state of Alabama. LeBaron Philon steals the pass. Davis tries to defend, but Philon able to finish with a layup.
Here comes the Tide. Philon, front court. LeBaron play it off of a screen, looks to his right, flips it left to Sears, drives left side of the lane, steps through, fires it back to Amori, gives it to Philon. LeBaron left alone, teardrop from 8 is good.
He is so smooth.
Out Creighton.
LeBaron Philon so smooth. He's knocked down a couple of floaters in this game.
Here come the Blue Jays, front court to our right as Miller has the basketball. Gives it off to Neal, now to the far side Miller. Into the low post, they go to Kalkbrenner. Posting up on Sherrill, who's checked back in. Trying to back his way down, flips it out to Neal, top of the arc. 8 to shoot as Neal drives right against Stevenson. Pump fake, shot up, no good. Andrew, and Bama comes the other way. Front court, Sears to Sherrill, who pivots, takes a dribble left, a second, hands it off to Holloway. He goes left, gets into the lane, picks up another teardrop, got another one to go.
Well, Alabama has been so good with the mid-range floaters, not something you see often, but you also don't play defensive centers like Ryan Kalkbrenner. Alabama making good decisions, taking the ball to the basket.
Kalkbrenner holding it at the elbow, works off of a screen and ran right into the man who was screening him, Ashworth. Gives him the ball. Ashworth trying to work free. Can't. Stops. Feeds it to McAndrew left side. He'll try a three and knock it down. Nate Oates livid A missed assignment there defensively by the Tide, leaving the three-point shooter Jackson McAndrew open. 29-16 Bama. The Tide works it into the paint. Holloway circling away from trouble. Outside to Sears. Mark gets it to the elbow, gets into the paint. Tough shot, blocked, got it right back. Bounce pass underneath to Sherrill, put it up, partially blocked. Got it back again, shot it again, missed it again. Rebound tipped into the hands of Millette. Outside, Holloway three, no, but he's fouled. 9 of 11 from the stripe. And Holloway makes it 31-16 now. Ashworth in the front court, defended by Phylon. Ashworth looking to his right, now throws a lob, back door, and Kalkbrenner able to get the slam over Darion Reed. Here comes Bama the other way. Reed with it on the left wing, plays off the screen, goes down the lane, puts up the lob pass to Omori, and he lays it in.
That was great body control by Cliff Omori. Took it in to Kalkbrenner's chest, able to finish off the glass and in. Also a nice pass by Reed.
Kalkbrenner just got the dunk a minute ago, but he looks rather winded. Bama's throwing bigs at him in waves, and now a steal nearly by Holloway. Front court with it is Ashworth, being hounded by Holloway, who narrowly got the steal. Ashworth now pulls up, top of the arc, has that out, flips it ahead to Neal. Neal working center of the floor, goes down the lane, gets to the rim, lays it up, count it, and he's fouled. Creighton pushing it ahead to Ashworth on the near wing. He will work it over to Trout, top of the arc. Back to Ashworth. Touch pass goes in the corner. Now down low, they'll work it to their big fella, King, and his spinning shot off the glass is in for two. By Kalkbrenner on the far side. Here comes Creighton the other way with Neal going downhill, steps through, layup is short, ball tipped into the hands of Green, who lays it in for two. That's a rare offensive board and putback for the Jays this half, as Millette has it now for Bama. Kicks it left side to Reed. Darion hands it off to Sears. Back to Reed. Catch and shoot on the three ball. No good. Rebound. Millette back outside. Goes to Holloway. Holloway runner up and good for two. A little runner from 10 feet. And Alabama leads it by 10 again. But here come the Jays running the other way. They miss a layup, but hustle to get the putback and cut it down to an 8-point Bama advantage once more. 35-27. 5 on the visitors from Omaha, Nebraska. Creighton Blue Jays, members of the Big East Conference. Bama with the ball to Sears, drives down the lane, kicks it back to Nelson. He'll drive, he'll back his way down, he'll stop, he'll spin, he'll shoot high off the glass, no good, but he got fouled. Shooting a pair, the first for the North Dakota native. Lake, North Dakota, a transfer from North Dakota State. We will get to head to Grand Forks, North Dakota next week, where I hear it's lovely this time of year. Free throw up and good by Grant, as inside the Jays will go. Kalkbrenner laying it up and in for two, as rebound winds up in the hands of Kalkbrenner after several others touched it for both sides. And now with 36 seconds to go in the half, Creighton's got the ball and some momentum, as Bama's once 17-point lead is down to 8. They feed it inside. Kalkbrenner puts it up, lays it up, got it to go. It's a 6-point game. Bama should get the final shot with 20 left on the shot clock. Nate Oates tells Sears, go get the basketball, and the All-American does just that. Mark dribbling at the timeline as it's now down to 8, 7, 6. Sears at 5. Sears at 4, 3, 2 seconds, 1. Got to hurry. Gets it off at the buzzer. No good. And at the half, Bama has the lead, but only a 37-31 advantage, as our Roger Hoover catches up with Nate Oates.
Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, good start, terrible close. Thought we got big lead. Guys got a little selfish, took bad shots there from the 8 to 4 minute deal, and then this last 4 minutes, you know, we got to finish some layups. Bad possession at the end there. We got to execute a little bit better. We got to come out and play a little better the start of the second half like we did at the start of the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Roger. And thank you, Cooks Pest Control. They give pests the full court press. Call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. 37-31, Alabama with the lead over Creighton at intermission here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Team looks like the team that recently beat the #1 team in the country, Kansas, by 13 just a week or so ago.
Crimson Tide and the Blue Jays meeting here at Coleman Coliseum, and Bama trying to beat Creighton for the first time in 3 previous meetings. Bama works at front court to our right. Sears catch and shoot 3. That's a great way to start the first half with a bank first 3-pointer by the senior.
And that was drawn up coming out of halftime. Well executed Mark Sears with a rare wide open 3, and he knocks it down.
Jays work it down low. Kalkbrenner couldn't handle it. Good defense there on the part of Clifford Amori. Little banging going on, let him play, and he couldn't hang on through the contact, and Bama has possession, leading it 40-31. Phylon to Amori, now to Sears, takes it to the left corner, changes direction, working against Ashworth. Now to Nelson, trying to back his way down on McAndrew. Gets it into the paint, pump fake once, twice, third time the charm, got it to go. Oh, no, rebound, Kalkbrenner. And now the Jays throw the other way and get the missed dunk on the part of Neal. It's saved by Sears, and Bama comes the other way. Turnover on one end, missed dunk on the other. Sears inside, lost it, got it back, hands it off, reverse layup. Good by Phylon. What a move by LeBaron, and the Tide leads by 11.
The hang time by the freshman, caught it on one end, hung in the air, finished on the other. Beautiful play by the freshman.
Inside, Kalkbrenner, catch and a dunk over his head for 2. That was pretty, and the lead's back to 9. On the other way for Bama. Works left side, stops, spins, looks, needs help. Bounce pass, a no-look to Stevenson that's knocked away and stolen. Now here's Ashworth in transition. Hesitates, goes down the lane, knocked away by Sears, but he got a piece of the hand apparently. Friends, I think both were giving Lindsay a hard time. Somewhat good-natured with 17:05 to go. Sears to Nelson, top of the arc. Bama leads it 44-37. Phylon on the drive, got bumped, shot it, missed it, but Phylon, the first of the 2 shots, up and good. 71% from the free throw line on the season, hits them both. And Alabama enjoys now a 46-37 lead. Creighton with a basketball. Working it front court, top of the arc, Kalkbrenner. Takes a dribble, pivots, hands it off to Neal. He plays off the screen, goes top of the arc, working against Darion Reed. Neal with 9 on the shot clock, flips it back to McAndrew. Dribbles right, tries to drive against Nelson. Gets into the paint at 3, kicks it out to Neal. Deep 3, short, rebounded, good hands Amori, and now Bama comes the other way with Sears. Mark will work off the screen from Clifford, gets into the paint, leaner is up, got it to go, got fouled by Ashworth. The and one upcoming for the All-American Mark Sears.
He's really talented. He's one of the best guards in the country and shows you a high basketball IQ right there as he took his time, had the defender on his hip, got fouled, and able to get the friendly roll and a big 3-point play opportunity coming up for Mark.
McAndrew checks out. As checking in will be Trout for Creighton. Air and claimed by Trout. Here comes Creighton. Neal into the front court, weaving through traffic. Lets everybody go by, now picks it up, fires the pass into the paint, spinning, shooting, and scoring.
This game, close to a 40% 3-point shooter this year, but just 0 for 4 from the 3-point line. Getting good looks. If he continues to, he could get hot from 3.
Inbounds pass goes to Green on the far wing now for Creighton. Gives it off to Neal. Neal looking left of the circle. Kalkbrenner catch and shoot on the 3. It's no good. And the rebound's controlled by Sears. Flips it ahead to Holloway. Aiden on the far wing. Hesitates. Works against Trout. Gets underneath the basket. Stops. Brings it back out high. Youngblood. Deep 3. No. Halfway across the rim. Rebound fought for. Picked up Sherrill. Now Sears in the lane. Stepping through, handing it off, laying it up, no good by Reed. Got it back, laid it in off the glass, and he'll have a chance for the and one.
What an athletic play by Darion Reed. Missed the initial shot against the 7-footer in Kalkbrenner, hung in the air, took the contact as he was landing on his back. A chance for a big 3-point play. Love the effort by the freshman.
almost said, great rebound Dudley. It is 35, and he was working hard, and we are wearing the throwbacks, but that is D. Reed, not E. Dud. Free throw missed. Creighton comes the other way. Layup off the glass, in for two. A nice move on the part of Neal to cut the Bama lead back down to 10. Holloway weaving through traffic, takes it right side of the lane, goes underneath the basket, kicks it out to Sears. Mark working against the defender Neal, calling for a screen, plays off of it, gets down low, kicks it out to Youngblood. He'll drive, he'll whip a pass over to Sherrell. Three, no good. And the rebound's controlled by Creighton and Neal. Here come the Jays. Down low, they work it. Kalkbrenner, good defense initially by Sherrell. Kalkbrenner, patient though, spun, got it to go, and have made it now a 51-43 contest. Here's Sears stepping back, crossing over, calling for a screen, wanting to play off of one, does. Works it down low, little teardrop from 8 feet, no. Rebounded his own miss. Sears brings it back out high. Reset to 20, now it's down to 15. Sears weaving, working it to Reed. He'll drive the lane, puts it up, tough shot, no. Tip, follow, got it to go. He's on a pogo stick down low. A second missed shot initially, followed by a putback from Darion Reed.
He got up quick and high on another putback.
Ashworth with it now as Bama leads by 10 with 13 minutes to go. Neal working against Holloway, got away with an elbow, no he didn't. Popped him in the face. Fouls called on Neal. Great defense, Aiden Holloway, who will check out as he's replaced, I believe, by Phylon. No, it's Sears that'll get a breather.
Aiden Holloway did a nice job of fighting through that screen. It was Kalkbrenner coming up with a ball screen. Holloway took the shot to the head, and Alabama gets it back. Good defensive play by the sophomore.
Holloway, Sherrell, Youngblood, Omori, and Sears, the five on the floor. Grant on the drive, splitting defender, stopping, spinning. Spinning again, shooting, or losing it, I should say. Ball goes out of bounds, touched last by Grant Nelson.
I wouldn't mind seeing more of that by Grant Nelson. It was a good defensive play, lost the ball. It'll go over to the Blue Jays, but love the aggressiveness of Grant Nelson. He has an advantage when he takes it in there. He's made good decisions. This nice defensive play for Creighton. They'll get it back with a chance to cut in to a 10-point lead.
12:37 remains here at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. Ashworth giving it off right side to Green. Green trying to drive against Youngblood. Youngblood trying to hold his ground. Ashworth with it now. Double team in the corner, finds Green underneath the basket. Omori picks him up. Spinning, Green, shot up, no good. Rebound tips into the hands of Nelson, and then lost it. Scramble for the loose ball. It'll be Trout with it for Creighton. Trout pivots, needs help, takes it right wing. Trout left of the circle, stops, looks, hands it off Ashworth. Ashworth off the screen, stopping on the wing. Top of the arc, Kalkbrenner fakes a three, drives in, lays it up, got it to go. Nice patient move, Kalkbrenner, as the Bama lead is down to 8. Here's Phylon taking it baseline, kicks it back out to Nelson. Nelson driving underneath against Trout. Spins, steps through, got mugged, no whistle. Scramble on the deck, Trout saves it. He got away with a walk. And now here comes Ashworth front court. Ashworth going underneath the basket. Circles, reverse layup, good. And it's down to a 6-point lead again. 53-47. Bama's lead down to 6. They led it by 17 in the first half. Far side, Holloway driving underneath, circles away from traffic, kicks it back out, Youngblood. Youngblood trying to back his way into the paint. Steps through, tough layup, got it to go for the veteran.
Alabama's getting the ball where they wanted, not able to convert a couple at point-blank range, and Youngblood able to finish before Kalkbrenner came over.
Bama by 8, Ashworth in the paint, down low, Kalkbrenner. Spinning, shooting, missing. The baseline, Sears will trigger it in. Looking, gets it in quickly to Phylon, spins away from his defender, lays it in, and that was drawn up beautifully. Ashworth to get it in from the baseline, gets it into the corner to Shane Thomas. Thomas stopping on the wing, down low, gives it off to King. King had it knocked away, scramble for it. Tie-up's going to be called, and the arrow will favor Creighton. But how about Mark Sears forcing that tie-up on the play?
Yeah, made a quick decision to come down and double team. We've seen that against Ryan Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner out of the game, but Mark Sears able to get the tie-up, but it'll go to Creighton. Alabama will get the next one.
Creighton inbound it from the baseline. Green to trigger it in. Throws it into Ashworth near center court. Ashworth on the drive, goes in. Splitting defenders got the layup to drop. 57-49. Bama's lead is cut to 8 with 10 minutes to go in regulation. Phylon circling around, throws it away. I think he wanted to get it to Diabate.
There was too much on it. Right idea. LeBaron Phylon. A little bit of a mistake there, as Alabama has not turned it over often in this game, but did right there.
So Ashworth working against Phylon, directing traffic from the timeline far side. Gives it off top of the key. Miller, and a reach is going to be called on Houston Millett. Joe Lindsay, one of the top officials in the country, but he is calling everything in this second half. Ashworth between the circles, driving left side, looking, skip pass to the elbow to Thomas. They'll work it, far corner to Green. Green working underneath, now kicks it back out, right side, 3-ball miss. Rebound fought for, and Bama had 3 guys there. They were all trying to get a hand on it, but nobody could secure the basketball. It goes out of bounds, touched last by the Crimson Tide.
That won't go down as a turnover, but it absolutely was, as you had 3 guys in crimson in great defensive rebounding position, no communication, and they knocked the ball out of bounds.
Kalkbrenner in, so Amori comes in as well for the Tide. Now here's Ashworth with it, driving, goes underneath the basket, circles, and then backs it out beyond the arc. Ashworth against Phylon with 7 to shoot. Ashworth left wing, dribbling at 6, picks it up, throws up a desperation shot, hit it to the side of the glass, and Bama will come the other way. Here's Phylon going downhill, getting into the paint, posting up, spinning, shooting, and scoring over Ashworth.
Well, LeBaron Phylon realizing he has a size advantage over Stephen Ashworth. He was waiting on the center to come over. He never did, and able to finish.
Ashworth off the screen, driving, throwing a lob, ball tipped by Amori, and here comes the Tide. Up by 10, we're running. Phylon stepping through, hands it off, layup missed by Miller. Oh, excuse me, by Grant Nelson, and the rebound controlled by Creighton.
Just couldn't get his feet under him, a little off balance, and that's why he missed it.
Inside feed goes to Green, he lays it in for 2. 4-point swing there as the Bama lead is down to 8. But the Tide's got it. Here's Sears in the paint. Shot up. Wouldn't go, but he's fouled, and he'll see play to start. It's going to be this every single night.
Team, they went down to the Blue Jays. A double-digit win for Creighton over #1 Kansas.
Both free throws good by Sears, who now has 15 to lead the Tide. Kalkbrenner with 16 leads all scores. They've also gotten 15 from Ashworth, as Kalkbrenner will hand it to Ashworth. He'll work against Reed, a bigger defender on him right now. Top of the arc, Neal throws it down low. Kalkbrenner, he threw it away. Amori, good defense there, and he got some help as well.
Yeah, ball pressure. That is what the turnover was about. Yes, Cliff Amori in great position against Kalkbrenner, but that errant pass was because of ball pressure by Darian Reed and company.
Bama
but doing the job defensively. They're going to have to continue the last 7:49 of this game, and this was the point of the first half where Alabama was up double digits, 17 actually at about the 8-minute mark, and really let their foot off the gas pedal. Took some bad shots, some quick shots. Nate Oates didn't like the ball movement the last 8 minutes of the first half. They've done a nice job defensively, offensively, want to push the pace, want to be aggressive, but take good shots against this Creighton defense.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Youngblood, Sears, Omori, Reed, and Stevenson, the 5 on the floor. As Bama will bring it front court up by 10. Sears dribbling right wing, working against Ashworth, trying to back him down. Gets to the baseline, fires a pass to Omori, hands it back to Sears. Sears weaving through traffic, gets into the lane, tough shot, got it to go as he was falling down. He got fouled, and one upcoming to go with his 15 points in 33 minutes. And one opportunity missed by Sears. So Creighton will get it with 7.5 to go. Bama leads it by a dozen. Ashworth directing traffic with Reed defending him. Left side, Neal driving, gets into the paint. Got away with a push off. Omori got a block, and he's called for a foul.
Well, that's really good defense by Mark Sears. Cliff Omori leaves the big man and may have got him with the follow-through. It was clean up top.
But if they called the push-off before the shot, there's no foul on that. But a little justice as Neal misses the first. We'll see what happens on the second. On Omori, that's just his second foul.
He's done a great job in this game defending the All-American Ryan Kalkbrenner, and as you mentioned, he's done it without fouling. He picks up the foul right there, but great effort by the big man.
1 of 2 for Neal. Ashworth sits down with 4 fouls, and in to replace him will be Shane Thomas. So here's Bama up 11. Sears with the basketball, far side, directing traffic. Mark working against McAndrew, crosses over, gets into the lane, kicks it out. Youngblood, 3. Oh, it was halfway down. It popped out for Chris Youngblood, and here comes Creighton the other way. On the drive, Neal into the paint, stripped away and stolen. Youngblood flips it ahead, and Reed with a flush. Youngblood almost got a 3. He did get a steal and an assist. Bama leads by 13 with 6:30 to go.
Defense leading to offense. Chris Youngblood with a great steal and throw ahead to Reed.
Green to Kalkbrenner, top of the arc. Kalkbrenner pivots, looks, fires right side. McAndrew into the corner to Neal. 7 to shoot. Neal on the wing at 5, at 4, lost it off his foot, out of bounds, so loud couldn't hear the whistle, and Bama forces the Creighton turnover.
And it's Jerion Reed with a great individual defensive play. He's made plays on both ends of the floor. That is incredible individual defense. We saw it by Youngblood on the previous possession. This time, Darian Reed forces the turnover, and Alabama gets it back.
So Bama with the basketball, up 13 with 6:10 to go. And back into the game, Ashworth playing with 4 fouls. Bama throws it to Omori, now to Youngblood near side. Youngblood in the paint, picks it up, feeds it. Stevenson, 3. Oh, missed it wide right. So a miss there. And out of bounds and possession will belong to Creighton.
You know, before that miss, Jaron Stevenson had made 7 out of his last 10 going back a couple of games. So you don't mind him at all taking that shot. Unfortunately, not able to connect.
Ashworth with the dribble, reverses back. McAndrew all alone for 3 and gets that one to roll in. Big 3 there for McAndrew to cut the Bama lead to 10 with 5.5 to go. Sears on the drive, cut off by Ashworth, back to Sears. Step back, 3, no, and the rebound far side.
Brown, because he's got 4 fouls, doesn't want to pick up his 5th.
Sears looking for 20, finds it, bottom. A bank first 3 for Mark Sears. He's got 20 again, and the Tide leads it with 5:12 to go by 13.
Ashworth.
5 minutes left to play. Here comes a little zone trap from the half court for Creighton. Bama with the basketball, works it in the corner to Reed, around to Sears. Mark on the drive, bounce pass to Phylon. Phylon near side, gets into the paint. Reed, tough shot off the glass, got it to go. Woo, what a move, Darion Reed. And Bama leads by 13 again.
And did it over the 7-footer, hung in the air, finished off the glass.
Ashworth working to the far wing, fires the pass to McAndrew, a deep 3, bottom. He's made 2 in the last 2 minutes, and the Bama leads at 10 again. Tide runs the other way, but deflected out of bounds by Creighton's Jason Green, and that'll give it back to the Tide. 27 to shoot, 4:27 to play, and Alabama leading at 70-60.
Two guys you can't let get open, Ashworth and McAndrew. McAndrew's been wide open on a couple of occasions here lately, and he's knocked them down.
Again, that point zone extended against the Tide. Sears looking, bounce pass to Youngblood. His 3, no. Rebound out of bounds. They say that shot hit the baseline as well. We must have the air conditioning unit blowing at an odd angle. That's a couple that is, we'll just say, did not draw the intended target on the last 3 attempts for Bama. 70-60, Bama leading it, 4 minutes to go. Creighton with the ball. Ashworth on the drive, stopping, back to McAndrew, another open 3. This one rattles out, no good. Halfway down, he couldn't get a third in a row to go. Now Philon on the drive, dribbles it off his own foot. Bama wants a review. Bama says it was off Ashworth. Joe Lindsay said, I didn't see it. Instead, Brian O'Connell said, I'm going to stay with the original call. In double digits, Darion Reed with 10. Grant Nelson only with 4, but 8 rebounds to lead everybody in that column. So it'll be Creighton basketball with 3:44 and ticking, time left. Ashworth playing with 4 fouls, works front court, takes it left wing, fall away shot, 3 is good, and it's a 7-point game.
Cliff Amore got matched up, did not contest the shooter. Creighton has gotten some open looks from deep, and they've converted.
Again, that extend zone in the half court for Creighton. Slows Bama at least. Nelson to Philon, back to Nelson in the paint. Throws a lob, the dunk, Amore wouldn't go, but he got fouled.
Cliff Amore, who go to the line for 2.
63% shooter from the Reed, Amore, Nelson, and Stevenson. The 5 on the floor, and Clifford Amore hits a pair of big free throws with 3:15 to go to put the lead back at 9. Ashworth kicks it onto the right wing. Underneath Neal, now back out McAndrew. He'll drive against Sears, then kicks it out to Kalkbrenner. Over to Neal, back to Ashworth, who slipped but kept control of the basketball. Double team goes inside Kalkbrenner. Outside to Neal. The deep 3 is good. Neal buries it, and Bama's lead is cut to 6 with 2:48 to go.
Really good defense by Alabama. Unfortunately, ends with a deep shot, and Creighton warming up from the 3-point line.
6 is as close as they have been in this second half. And that's where it is now. Sears trying to answer, and he does. A huge bank burst 3, Mark Sears. He leads everybody with 23, and with 2:22 to go, Bama leads it again by 9.
Can't lead the preseason SEC Player of the Year. Creighton did, and Sears made him pay.
Ashworth throws a lob, and Kalkbrenner throws it down. And
this point zone, and Alabama's gotten some better looks off of it lately.
Philon, Sears, Nelson, Reed, and Amore, the 5 for Alabama. Tide attacking with 2 minutes to go. Sears looking, needs help, gives it off to Reed. Reed dribbling left, gives it back to Sears. Had it knocked away, stolen. McAndrew got the steal, and here comes Ashworth now front court. 7-point Bama lead. Creighton throws a lob too high, but saved initially by the Jays, and then Bama gets it. Here's Reed on the drive to the bucket. Lays it up and in. A little windmill look on the layup. Neal the other way. Stopping, looking, knocked away, but grabbed back again to McAndrew. 3, bottom. Timeout, Creighton. A minute 24 to go, and it's
this game.
Bama with Sears, Nelson, Reed, Philon, and Amore. A minute 19 to go. Bama 77, Creighton 71. Sears playing off of the screen from Philon, works it left of the circle. Ashworth defending. Sears taking it all the way to the wing. Go into the baseline. Cut off. Fires it out. Nelson, corner 3. Too strong. Weak side rebound claimed by Neal. He'll bring it ahead. Neal into the front court with under a minute to go. We're at 55 seconds. Ashworth flips it over to Neal. Catch and shoot. Three. No good. Rebound tip. Fought for. Scramble. And Sears has it after Nelson is the man that kept it alive. 42 seconds to go. Pressure coming from the Jays. Around to Phylon. Bama in no rush. In low, they go to Amori, and he gets fouled by
in the process.
Amori hits the front end of a 1-and-1.
And that's the big one. That makes it a 3-possession game with 33.6 seconds to play. Big Cliff has been huge in this one.
3 free throws for Cliff here in the last 5 minutes. How about 4 of them? And both were perfect on those last 2 tries, improving on that 63% shooting percentage from the stripe that he had coming in. Bama by 8, 28 seconds to go. McAndrew, a deep 3, good, and they're going to call Nelson for a foul. A chance for a 4-point play for McAndrew.
For a 4-point play. Creighton 5 out of their last 6.
McAndrew knocks down another. Man, what a half he's had. 16 total points in the game, and I think 14 have come since intermission. Holloway will give way to Nelson, who will... Nelson looking, beats the count, getting it to Sears. Trying to spin away from a double team. He got fouled. For 81% shooter on the year. Free throw up and good. 21.9 to go. Both free throws good. And Bama leads it again by 6, 81-75. Here's Holloway in, and Amori will check out.
Understanding that Creighton needs 3s, 21-9 to play. They're going to be looking from deep. Alabama going with a more versatile defensive lineup.
Stevenson on McAndrew. Now it'll be the 3 from Ashworth. A brick, rebounded Nelson. 10 seconds to go, and the white flag's been waved, or has it? Nope, they are going to foul with 7.4 to go, and the Tide is going to escape this one. Heck of an effort from Creighton after Bama had built a 17-point first half lead. They cut it to 6 at intermission. In the second half, Bama got it up to 13 again. But now with 7.4 to go, the 6-point advantage hopefully is about to go up to 8. Mark Sears hits the first. He'll have another one upcoming.
Mark has been terrific in this game, and especially in the second half. Hit a huge 3 as Creighton cut the lead, Alabama's lead, to 6. Playing like a preseason All-American.
Hit them both, and Bama leads by 8. 5 seconds. 4, 3, and a kick ball is going to be whistled on Phylon with 3.1 to go. Jays to inbound at side court as Bama leads it by 8. Inbounds pass coming from Green, knocked away, stolen by Sears, throws it to the other end. Buzzer sounds, and let's get out of here. Tide wins it for the first time over Creighton, 83-75. 75 is your final. The Tide rolls to its 8th win in 10 ball games, beating a Creighton squad that, while unranked at the moment, already has a win over top-ranked Kansas on its resume. Nate Oates and the Tide beat the Jays for the first time in Bama basketball history. Post-game coming your way in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Final score, Alabama 83 and Creighton 75. It's now time to hear from the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Nate Oates. Our post-game conversation is presented by Cook's Pest Control. Give pests the full court press and call Cook's today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. A moment ago in the Crimson Tide locker room, it was Chris Stewart catching up with Nate Oates.
Coach, congratulations. You continue to check things off that haven't been done at Alabama before. We hadn't played Creighton a lot, but they had not been beaten by the Tide. Quite a little history between the two programs, but a great win this evening.
I didn't realize that we hadn't beaten them.
No, sir.
How many times did we play them?
I think it's 3 or 4.
Oh, well.
Not a lot, but they've been some tough ones and some
they're
big
good.
games.
I mean, we didn't do a great job there late in the second half. Defensively, we gave up way too many threes. I think they only had 3 there with maybe 8 minutes to go in the game, if I recall correctly, and then all of a sudden we gave up 4 or 5 there late. So, but all in all, our effort was pretty good. We got a big lead first half. Creighton's good. They climbed back. You know, we didn't do a great job closing the half. I thought we did a really good job opening the second half, and then, you know, we didn't do a great job there closing the second half again either. But, you know, I thought Sears looked good tonight. Obviously, Grant, till he had a couple turnovers, you know, was pretty good. You know, we had a couple tough calls go against us too, but I thought our guys were pretty resilient, stuck with it, and got the stops we needed to, and got a big win. Because Creighton's they're gonna be good in the Big East. They'll figure it out and win a lot of games in the Big East. So that is gonna end up being a really good win for us come March.
Coach, it wouldn't be fair or accurate to say that Kalkbrenner wasn't a factor, but he didn't take over the game as he can do so many times, and I thought that was a credit to the help defense your team played throughout a good bit of the contest.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a good plan. Coach Adams did a really good job getting our guys prepped going in. You know, he a couple times we screwed up the plan. He scored on that, but you know, I thought we got forced some turnovers on them trying to feed it to him. We did a decent job on him. I mean, he still ended up with 18 points, but he's good. You know, I didn't. The job we did on Ashworth was good for, you know, 75% of the game, but shoot, you let a shooter like that get going and foul him on threes. I mean, he's not going to miss a free throw. He went 8 for 8, fouled him a little bit too much, and gave him a few too many open ones, particularly that one late when, you know, in the pick and roll, we didn't do a good job. But they're a good team, really well coached. I mean, he runs great stuff to get their shooters open. They hit some shots, and we didn't really shoot it particularly well. And they did a good job defensively on us, too. So we'll continue to get better. But that's the end of our 7-game stretch. It was really tough. We ended 5-2, which, you know, one possession away against Oregon, and game at Purdue. We learned a lot in all of them, but I think we're a lot better for it. You know, we got 3 games left before we hit SEC play, and we'll be really prepared for conference play, which is the best conference in, I don't know, the last 20, 25 years in college basketball. So we've got our hands full going into there, but we do have 3 games left that are against quality opponents, one being on the road up in North Dakota, and then 2 more home games that are against really good mid-major teams.
Coach, you got not only the veterans that played well, as you mentioned, with Sears and Nelson, but the freshmen in Philon and also Darion Reed, 16 and 12, respectively, from them, and some other things that really made a difference in winning the ball game for you.
Yeah, I mean, they're both talented kids, you know, and they make some mistakes. The more experience they get playing, you know, they were both over 20 minutes tonight. Hopefully the fewer mistakes they make, but they're talented. They can make some plays happen, you know. Hopefully we get them to shoot it a little bit better, but I thought, and they both did a pretty good job for long stretches on Ashworth, who's their best perimeter player, one of the better guards in the country. So really good freshman, you know, and we got productive. Obviously Sears scored it well, but there was only 3 guys in double figures, 2 of them being freshmen. So we'll get some of these veteran guys to step up and pick it up for us here over these next 3 games going into conference play.
Kind of a subplot we were looking for in this game, Coach, is how Chris Youngblood would be able to play. You did shake the dust off a little bit for him, but your thoughts on his effort tonight in the minutes that he got?
Yeah, he was supposed to be at a 16-minute limit. We got him right at 16 minutes, and I thought he was about what I thought he'd be. He hit the 1-3, didn't shoot it as well as we'd hope he would, but, you know, he had the turnover. He kind of came to the bench. You know, he's a great kid. He just hasn't got any reps. I mean, he hasn't played in the game since last year, and he hasn't really practiced since the summer. You know, just for the past week or so, we've been building him into practice. So he'll be a little rusty. He'll still be a little rusty over the next 3 games, I would think. But hopefully by the time we hit SEC play, he'll be in a pretty good groove.
Coach, how about your crowd finally as we wrap this up? You have students out. Graduation took place earlier today in the semester, but you had quite a turnout for this one.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Student section was pretty much full for students could have all left and went home on break. Finals been done, graduation's finished, and a lot of them stuck around to support us. So huge thanks to them. Big thanks to everybody that came out to see us. We hadn't been home in 33 days, so thought it was great for the crowd. They got loud when we needed them to get loud. So appreciate everybody supporting us. We got 2 more games before conference play here at Coleman, so let's make sure we get sold out, packed out for those games as well.
Coach, thank you for the time. Congratulations again on the win.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Chris. Roll Tide.